day, January the 1st, when I was 14 years old, I went to London with my best friend Sarah and all of her family to see the Nutcracker Ballet, which I'd wanted to see for ages. And we were in this big old minibus. There was 14 or 15 of us going into the centre of London. Me and Sarah were at the windows watching out into the dark at all the sights and the lights of London. It was beautiful. And we came to a stop at some traffic lights or some traffic or something. And I had my face pressed up against the glass watching out. And all of a sudden, there was this face, like right there. His eyes were like, met mine. I've never jumped so much in all my life. And I threw myself back and I was like, drive, drive, drive. Drive. I was like shaking, absolutely shaking, had my kind of head in my hands, and as I peeked out through my fingers, I noticed that more and more faces were appearing at the window. Well, that was it. I was convinced that I was going to die. I was convinced they were going to break in and steal all of our stuff. And I was like whimpering, drive, drive, please drive. And I watched as Sarah's dad, Paul, he reached over to the door, and I thought, oh, he's locking it, thank goodness. But all of a sudden there was this rush of freezing cold air as Paul opened the door, and I was like, what are you doing? What are you doing? And I threw myself into Sarah and I watched as hands started appearing into the minibus. And I was looking at Paul like, I don't understand, what are you doing? And I saw him reach down and lift up the bag of food that we had for the journey home, and it clicked. On the side of our minibus it said the name of our church, and all these people thought we were there to hand out food. And I thought, I don't care if they want food, I just want to drive, I don't want them in our minibus. And I watched as Paul unpacked it all and gave everything to them, emptied the whole bag and gave it all away. And I watched as he took off his gloves and he placed them into the hands of one of these guys, and he said, may God bless you. And he closed the door and we drove away. And there's me, heart racing, absolutely amazed that I'm still alive. And you know, I've never forgotten that day, because it really taught me a lesson. Never hide your head in your hands when you see that there's someone in need. Paul didn't need to give away all of our food and his gloves, but he saw that they needed love and care, and so he did what he could and he gave what he had. My attitude was to look away and to want to just drive off and ignore these people. And that is such a sad and selfish attitude. There are people all around us who need love and care. And my question for you today is, are you being more like me, not having time for people, not caring? Or are you being more like Paul, opening your door, doing what you can, giving what you have to look after people? Sometimes it's really hard to know how to look after people, but often it's as simple as listening, giving someone time to talk about what they're feeling and what they're going through. Sometimes it's as simple as a smile or a hug or a how are you feeling today? Or reminding someone that they're not alone. Wouldn't it be amazing if we were all just a little bit more like Paul? Prepared to help and love and care for the people that we meet and the people around us, our families and our friends. So my question again is, are you being more like I was, selfish, not caring for others, looking away? Or do you have your eyes open, ready and prepared to help other people?